What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I had to make a video. Headline reads, Conor McGregor reaches agreement with YouTube star over next fight worth record purse. If you watch my channel at all, you know I have been talking about this. I have been saying, I don't care if he's still under UFC contract. The part where Dana White at these press conferences says, oh, that's not what we do. We don't do the circus sideshow acts. We do real fights here. That's not what we do here. What he really means by that is, in most cases, we do not. And he doesn't want everybody, including every fighter and his brother, to start coming to him trying to get them and talk UFC into letting them go here and do this and go over here and box this guy and do this guy. That's what he means when he says that, because if it makes dollars, it always makes sense. Dana is a businessman, and just hear me out for 1 second before I even get into the article. There is a reported purse of potentially $250 million apiece. That's not each guy to split. I mean, that would still be, almost historical. Only coming in second to maybe Floyd and Conor. That will still be historical. This is $250 million apiece. Okay? When there's $250 million apiece per fighter, per purse for each fighter, there's enough to go around. You have no idea. Dana White is tickling his own balls right now. He is so happy. Okay? And I've talked about this at length. Let me not step on the story too much. Let me read the article. So apparently they've come to some sort of agreement. I'm going to read the article, and then from there I'm just going to talk about it a little bit and pat myself on the back for being right, that I had a feeling this was going to happen. Last time Conor got in the octagon, guys, he broke his leg in half. Okay? He broke his leg in half. The UFC is a brutal sport. Okay? And I said I wasn't going to go into it. I was going to read the article. But you talk about a guy like Conor, who has the potential to go and do these huge boxing matches. This very wealthy Ambani family in India is willing to just pay an insane amount of money to get these two in an exhibition boxing match together. Why would Conor McGregor go back into the UFC, where killers are going to be throwing full steam leg kicks at his titanium leg? And I don't care what he says, titanium shin bone. I don't care what he says. Why would he go back into the UFC to have that happen to him when he can go into an exhibition boxing match with someone like Logan Paul, where no kicks are thrown, and can make $250 million? Listen, even if the number is exaggerated, I concede to that. They could potentially be they could potentially be exaggerating that number just based on getting that shock response from people, right? Holy shit. Because if you throw out that number and you throw out a number that high, when people read that, they automatically think, oh, damn, it's that big? People want to see, that many people want to see this fight. They're willing to pay they're going to make that much off of this fight, where they can afford to pay these guys, just the two of them, $500 million? Are you freaking kidding me right now? And then that's the kind of response you get when you see those sort of numbers. So it is, that is something that these promoters, when they're putting out feelers for these fights, that they will sometimes do that. They'll exaggerate the numbers just to make it seem like it's way bigger than it even is, which this is huge. Logan Paul versus Jake Paul, to see those two get in a boxing ring together, that's freaking huge. I mean, both of these guys have a massive following, okay? Whether you think it's going to be a good boxing match or not, they both have a massive following, okay? And that's what matters. And Conor McGregor is one of the best shit talkers to ever be in the game. In fight sports, bar none. He's top three. Always has been. Always will. I don't know if anyone will ever surpass that about Conor. But anyway, let me read the article. I don't have all night to mess with this. I just wanted to read it to you guys. So, Conor McGregor has appeared to confirm reports of a potential boxing exhibition match against Logan Paul in India, responding to claims of a massive 250 million purse with a social media post. The former UFC champion who was not I'm sorry, the former UFC champion who has not competed since 2021 shared a post about the rumored bout on X, adding an Indian flag and heart emoji. Earlier this month, McGregor addressed the speculation directly, stating, "I am in preliminary agreements with the Ambani family to face Logan Paul in a boxing exhibition in India. I have agreed. The proposed fight would see both competitors earn a reported 250 million purse, marking one of the most lucrative boxing exhibitions in history. It is also the most lucrative single event in the sport of India's history as the country looks to rival Saudi Arabia for the biggest name in combat sport." That's what I'm saying. You got all this stuff with Turkey Al Sheikh over in Saudi Arabia. This is India's version. Don't think that these billionaires across the way in India are not looking at Saudi Arabia and being like, damn, we got to get up in that. We got to get up in some of that. They're making a killing, right? And then you got this family that's just, I can't even, I think it's like the most, like maybe 19th most wealthy family in the world or some crazy. I mean, it's just, the amount of money that they're worth is just astronomical. I think it was like 19 billion or something crazy. Don't mark me on that. It's a lot what the Ambani family's worth. So don't think that India has not been watching, okay, what's going on over in Saudi. The Irish fighter indicated he would seek a return to the UFC's octagon following the potential Paul bout. The announcement came amid speculation about a different matchup, with McGregor stating the rumors of a bout with Ilia Topuria are false. McGregor's last fight was a TKO defeat against Dustin Poirier in 2021, after which he suffered a leg injury. He has been scheduled to face Michael Chandler in 2024, but injury complications forced him to postpone that return. Fan reaction to the potential exhibition match has been largely skeptical. "Better odds I end up on the moon tomorrow than this fight happens," wrote one social media user. Another fan dismissed it as the fight absolutely nobody wants to see. Okay. You know what? It's interesting because the amount of haters that there are in this world really blows my mind. Listen, how do I put this? I'm going to have a hard time figuring out a good way to put this. I already know it's going to be difficult. It's not a matter of whether it's going to be the best boxing match in the world. I mean, Jake Paul has proven that that is completely beside the point. Completely. I mean, Jake Paul has legitimate, bona fide WBC heavyweight champions calling him out, wanting to fight him. Okay? Is this because Jake Paul just displays this unique, impenetrable set of skills that just all boxers just are in awe of? Or is it the fact that they know it's going to be the biggest payday of their life? And they know that Jake Paul has one of the biggest followings of anybody out there and has a bigger following than just about anybody in boxing right now, maybe with the exception of Canelo. Maybe. We're not talking about skill here, guys. We're talking about following. We're talking about eyeballs. And guess what those eyeballs equal? Money. That's right. And so anybody out there, and I've been saying this for a while, if people say, "Oh no, he can't do this, he can't do that, he's still under contract with the UFC." Is that right? He was still under contract with the UFC when he did the Floyd Mayweather fight. You know, Dana just doesn't want to open up the Pandora's box for these guys who think they've got, got a few 100,000 followers on Instagram and they think they want to go over and do a cross promoted boxing match. No, he just doesn't want people coming out of the woodwork thinking that they're all entitled to it. That's why he is so quick to shut down these outside the promotion sort of boxing matches and stuff like that. But Dana White is so ecstatic right now that he has Conor McGregor under contract. Let me explain something. So if Conor McGregor, he can't. It's illegal. He is under an exclusive contract with the UFC. For Conor McGregor to go and try to go behind Dana's back and do some sort of boxing exhibition without Dana's permission, it's literally illegal. And it's not only illegal, but he would be doing this illegal act in front of the world, in front of millions of people. So what does that mean? That means if this boxing match is happening, Uncle Dana has approved it. Uncle Dana knows about it. Uncle Dana has at the least met with Conor and said, if you can make the right amount, count me in. We'll do it. You know, the biggest fight sports star ever is Conor McGregor. Okay? And I've already expressed that I think there's a good chance Conor came to Dana at some point. I'm not sure if I want to go back into the UFC. I'm having doubts about it. A leg injury like that, guys, that can be a career ending injury. It could have easily been a career ending injury for him. I mean, there's all kinds of things that go along with that, like, the nerves, the blood feeding the muscles. And so, I mean, there's all kinds of things that can go wrong with injuries like that. It's a scary freaking injury, and don't think that Conor, because he's who he is, that didn't scare the shit out of him, that he would never recover from that, right? All we remember is him sitting on the octagon floor cutting his next promo with his leg split in half. That's all we remember. We didn't see behind the scenes the conversations with his doctors, the conversations with Dana, the conversations with his family. Will I ever recover from this? That. It scared the shit out of him. I guarantee you. It would anyone, right? So now think about the fact that he can go back into the UFC, get kicked in his leg, and him be throwing full steam kicks at other people for maybe 15 mil, 10, 15 mil, maybe 20, maybe 20, because he is starting to decline a little bit. Let's get real. He hasn't won a fight in quite a while. Or he can go in an exhibition boxing match. It's not even a real boxing match. An exhibition boxing match for 250 mil. Even if the 250 mil is not right. Let's just, for argument's sake, say that that's hyperbole. It's not really 250. Maybe it's more like, 100 mil a piece. Go into the UFC, get kicked in your leg that's already been split in half for 15 mil, or an 8 or 10 round boxing exhibition match with Logan Paul with 16-ounce gloves on and no kicking allowed. I don't know. That's a tough one, but obviously I'm going to have to pick the Logan Paul exhibition match. Uh, I definitely don't want this to be like, oh, I told you so, because there's nobody been, my channel's pretty small still, so nobody has jumped on and been like, no, man, you're full of shit. They're never gonna do that. But so it's nothing at you guys. I love you guys. All my followers are super cool, but people online, I've seen the writing on the wall. There's so many people that, no, Dana said he wouldn't do this sort of thing. That's because 99% of the time when Dana gets approached to do something like this, it is not a lucrative pursuit for him. Okay? But Dana having Conor under contract, and if Conor is getting anywhere close to 250 million for this fight, how much do you think Dana's going to get of that? He's got Conor under contract. There's going to have to be a contract amendment. They're going to have to amend the contract in order for Conor to be able to do this. It's not written in his contract that he can do this, right? So Dana is going to get paid also. When you're getting paid 250 million, there is enough to go around. Okay, so for any of you out there that are still under some sort of impression that Dana would not do this or Dana would not co-promote this, wake up. Wake the up. I'm not saying it's happening for sure, but I find it ironic these people online, oh, this fight's not going to happen anymore, that I'm going to be on the moon tomorrow. You obviously, whoever said that, understands nothing about business. And it's almost insulting in a way, because it's like, if you know how to add $1 plus $1 equals 2, simple addition and simple division and multiplication should lead all of us to the same conclusion that if it makes dollars, it makes sense. And I don't look, that contract, Conor's contract, can absolutely be amended. It can absolutely be changed to include this exhibition boxing event if it stands to make him and the UFC and Dana White as the promoter that much money. You think they can amend that contract? That contract, I mean, you can count it good as amended. It's already amended. It's already done. If this money is true, if this money is accurate, what's being reported here, it's already done. The amendment's already done. It's already there. Anyway, I felt this coming. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's happening? Do you think this is just a bunch of bullshit? I think this fight is. I'm about 99% sure this fight happens, and I've been saying for a while. If Conor is going to fight again, if he's going to get back into competition, it needs to be through this sort of avenue instead of stepping back into an octagon with killers who train to do this every day, every day, every day, every day. And we saw what happened when he stepped back in there with Dustin after not having been in the octagon but once in like a 3-4 year period. We saw what happened. Dustin was a grizzled veteran by that time, and he just, it didn't even look like a fair fight. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel if you would. I would appreciate that. And like the video. I will see you guys on the next one.